You ever have a memory that you aren't quite sure if it's a memory or if you dreamed it? Because I had one of these moments just the other day. I could vividly see JayZ in a basketball game commercial, and it only took just a quick search on YouTube for me to convince myself that this was just a dream and that whatever game this was never happened. Because when you go on YouTube and you try to find JayZ in basketball games, the only thing that come up, or the only game that comes up, is NBA 2K13, because he was the executive producer. And that brings us to our point. But before we get into it, if you enjoyed this video, throughout any point while you're watching it, make sure that you go ahead and drop your like. Now back to JayZ. For as long as I've been alive, hip hop and basketball have gone hand in hand, and even more so, JayZ and basketball. From having the coolest throwback jerseys in the early 2000s in all of his videos, to sitting courtside and dapping LeBron up at Cavs games, all the way up until now, being one of the owners of the Brooklyn Nets, Hov really does go hand in hand with basketball. And that makes what I'm about to say make even more sense. JayZ has unofficially been in 3 basketball games. 2 straight up, but 3 if we being technical. A quick Google search helped me find an article that proved I wasn't dreaming and that the commercial I saw was not only real, but was from NBA Live 07. So long before JayZ was the producer for NBA 2K13, he was DLC in NBA Live. So it goes like this. In 2003, JayZ released the S.Carters, a basketball shoe at Reebok that sold really, really well. So years later, as a promotion with NBA Live 07, if you bought a pair of S.Carters retail, they would come with a code that you put the code in NBA Live 07, and that code would unlock the JayZ All-Star team, the Reebok S.Carters, and the man himself, JayZ, whose player from what I read was unstoppable, with LeBron-like athleticism, Ray Allen-like shooting, and Allen Iverson-like ball handling. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, after reading all of this, I almost ordered NBA Live 07 just to play as JayZ, but there's another memory in my head that I know is not a dream, and that memory is of NBA Live 07 on the Xbox 360, and anybody who's played that game and played it on the 360, they know, bruh, I'm not playing that game. You couldn't pay me. Literally, you couldn't get me to make content and receive money for playing that game. I'm not doing it. It's terrible. JayZ's other appearances in basketball games are in 2K13, which most of us already knew, but what most people don't know is that you can access his player model, the same player model that sits courtside at all the Nets games and he got on the Brooklyn Nets hat. You can access that same player model and make him a playable character. Using software like the NBA 2K13 My Player Editor or Re-Editor, or however it's pronounced, allows you to go into the game's files, and if you know the hidden character you're looking for, Cyberface ID, not only can you put them on any roster in the game, and you can make their player model your My Player, which is what I was gonna do for this video, but for some reason the 2K13 My Player Editor software, it wouldn't open on my PC. And also in the following year in 2K14 for Xbox 360 and PS3, the JayZ file was still in the game. So he was still hidden in NBA 2K14, but not on the next gen versions. Moving forward, it will become a lot harder to access these kinds of files unless you was playing on PC, because Microsoft realized what was up and how easy it was to mod their games with just a flash drive. So when they stepped up to that next generation of console, they was like, yeah, no more of that. So it's kind of cool that JayZ was one of the last secrets of that generation of console. But that's all I got for you today. Doing a little bit of research I did for this video was a lot of fun, and I even learned some things about modern 2K games. Also, upon finishing the recording of this video, I have still not yet been able to find the NBA Live 07 JayZ commercial. It's definitely not on YouTube. I've checked Google, I'm looking in the forums. I can't find it anywhere, bro. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure that you leaving a like to help out the channel. And like I said earlier, if you know any kind of secrets or hidden characters or anything that comes to your mind from any game, leave it down below in the comments and I'll get a chance to read over them. So as always, y'all be safe out there, man. But I'm DbrownShinhan, and I'm up out of here.